Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. I'm Mike Neighbors, your host for the next 40 minutes as we bring in some local folk to try and make you laugh, and try they will. Let's introduce our panel and get this Friday at 420 underway. Of course, over to my right, to Manolis' left, it's Patrick Capolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. Buongiorno. I actually called Patrick on the phone the other day. I know you and I usually don't talk on the phone. I called him up and hello, and I go, buongiorno, Patrick. Buongiorno. he knew who it was. Sitting next to Patrick, it's Manolis Santana.
Ticanis, how you doing?
Take an E, buddy. Take an E. Good to see you again.
See you.
By the way, sometime during the show, we're going to have a discussion about bum sex. Just telling you.
All right.
All right. And way over to my left, who now is not sure he wants to be here anymore. Please welcome special guest from the band Monster Truck. It's Jeremy Widerman. How are you, Jeremy?
I'm great.
That's fantastic that you joined us today.
It is fantastic.
We quite often have guest comics on, but then we've also interspersed with some other people from the art community. And you are not only a...
Neither of those things.
Well, a little bit. You had a guitar player in a rock band, but you're also a huge stand-up comedy fan, aren't you?
Big time.
Yeah.
Always have been, always will be.
That's very cool. Yeah. And the band Monster Truck, you guys are playing shows in 2019. I know we were just talking before we started about you got a couple of cruises lined up.
A couple cruises lined
That's
up.
kind of cool.
It's a cruise and then a Canadian tour and then a cruise.
Okay.
It's a weird,
a little
weird
bookended
touring sandwich that we're doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And playing a cruise ship, I mean, you get the free cruise, right?
You get the free cruise. You get unlimited mediocre food.
Okay.
And you play like 2 or 3 shows and you try not to drink way too much.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a regular cruise except there's a couple shows.
That's right. Yeah, just throw a couple of shows in there.
So you drink way too much.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? What are you going to do? You're on a ship, right?
Well, they got you locked down, so you can't even. You have to pay for your drinks still.
Oh, okay.
You know, and the room key for your room is also your credit card for the boat. It's so bad. You can stick it in anything. That should be the thing. Like, welcome to the cruise ship. You can stick it in anything, and it's slot machines.
It's everything.
Craps tables.
Yeah.
All the bars, all the food, there's like nice food, and then there's the free mediocre food, and then there's the nice restaurants. You can just walk around with the card hammered and just stick it everywhere. And do everything.
That's so now. Like when you go to Disney now, they put a wristband on you. You don't even know you're paying for stuff.
Yeah,
you're just walking through a room, and suddenly it goes. It gets billed to your room.
They hand you an invoice at the end, and you're like, "Oh my god,
we did what?"
The best thing happened to me the very first time I went on one of these things, and I hit a slot machine for $4,000. The first night.
Oh, nice.
And they broke out, like, what is that math on that? 40 $100 American bills, brand new American $100 bills. And it was like a dream when they were counting the money out at the pit with the pit.
You're like, you can't believe this just happened. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. And so I had all that money for the whole time I was there, and I just kept gambling and eating and drinking and just being like just a maniac. I used the room safe for the first time in my entire life. I read the
instructions. Never had anything to put in the safe.
No,
before.
I never had anything worthy of the safe. And then I was like, I better use.
This is safe.
If only they had something to put this money in.
I'm gonna buy this safe.
Yeah, I should have bought the safe. But anyways, at the end, I got the invoice and I just counted out. I think it was like $1,100.
Paid the rest off.
I spent like $1,100, and I was just like, "Here you go," and then get out of here. And I got off safe and took the money home, paid off a bunch of debt. So.
Well, we are certainly glad that before you head out with Monster Truck, Jeremy Widerman, our special guest here on Friday at 420 with Manolis and Patrick. We've briefly explained how the game works. I got 12 random topics in these official Bell Media envelopes, and it says Bell Media on them. That's why they're official. And we have our Plinko board set up, and this is how we decide which random topic you're going to get. Jeremy, you get to Plinko first. So step on up there.
I love Plinko.
Drop the Plinko puck, and we'll see where it lands. Jeremy Widerman of Monster Truck. It's back. It's fourth. It's back.
Number two.
Number 2. Jeremy Widerman, your random topic.
If this is the bum sex category, I'm not
No. You know what? Actually, let's just clear the air on that. All right. Here's the question. So we sometimes that sounded funny, didn't it?
Yeah. You did, yeah.
Let's clear the air on the bum sex. No, you, Manolis, in a previous episode of Friday at 420, you said the term bum sex.
Yes, I did.
And then you asked me afterwards if we can allow that on the radio.
It just barely fits, doesn't it? It gets right under the.
Yeah. Literally. You can put your key anywhere.
So the question is, I mean, this is our show. Should we allow the term? I looked it up. It's not technically illegal. So
to
now the
say
question
it.
is, would our audience be offended by us using that term?
I think the people that are listening to us would be happy.
Would be
to hear.
totally cool with
Yeah.
bum sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because much better than other terms that you could use for that.
Right.
Right.
Bum's a fun word.
It
Bum,
is.
bum is, yeah.
The second you hear it when you're 2.5, you're like, "Yep, I like that. I like that word."
It's a giggle-worthy word.
I remember when I was a kid, I didn't understand how the bum worked. Like I used to think our bum cheeks was where our poo was.
Oh, it was like stored up in
in
your
the
cheeks?
cheeks?
Yeah, like
the
a gas
cheeks.
tank, like a
Yeah.
tank. Yeah.
So when he saw a big bum, he's like, she's got a lot of poo in there.
Oh.
Oh man.
I thought that for years.
Oh. Okay. All right, let's climb out of this hole. Jeremy, here's your topic.
Okay.
Something that is gone that you wish would come back.
Rock radio.
Oh, there you go. It was it's a perfectly legitimate answer. Do you think that
It's just such a dangerous topic, right? Because this is like where we got all our initial support as a band was from rock radio,
right?
and then all the rock stations kept their name as rock radio stations,
Right.
but just changed all the music they were playing to not rock music.
Right.
But then they still do they're still like home of the rock.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, no, you're not. Like you're
Now-
lying. You're
Now,
not.
is this across Canada, across the
Yeah.
U.S., across North
It's
America?
always across Canada because Chorus runs everything, as you
Oh,
probably
okay.
know, right?
Right,
So
right.
there's Bell Media and then there's Chorus,
Yeah.
and they both. It's between those two. It's Coke and Pepsi,
Right.
for radio in Canada, and there's a couple last bastions of
solo kind of.
like 97.7 is still
Right.
sticking to their guns
Right.
on what they do.
That's
And then
Bell
there's-
Media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then there's a couple Chorus stations that just have such strong markets that they're going to stick to it. But it's been tough for us. Like we started to find a lot of traction in Europe and in the UK and stuff because they still are very, very hungry for rock music and live music in general. They still go to shows and they don't just hold their cell phones up recording a video the whole entire time, which I'm sure is
Right. They go in and
comedians you can understand
enjoy
that's
the show.
frustration. Yeah, they sing and they dance and they have fun and so yeah, it's I don't know if it's like it's a chicken and the egg thing. I don't know if like rock and live concert going for rock is dipping because there's no station, or there's no station because you know what I mean. I don't know where
It's you know what, and Jeremy, I'm going to say I'm a little older than you, and I've seen this before, and it's very cyclical. And these things tend to run
I
in
know.
cycles.
I just don't know if I got how much gas I got in the
I-
tank to wait for the
to wait for the
cycle to come
cycle to
around
come
again.
back.
Like I'm just like
All
you know.
right. Jeremy Widerman of Monster Truck wants rock radio to come back, and I totally understand what you're saying because it is in a bit of a different cycle right now. Manolis, what about you? Something that's gone that you wish would come back?
Two things that popped in my head relating to you. I would love rock videos to come back, like proper like a station,
Yes.
a station that had
That cranked out rock video. I mean, it's all YouTube right now, right? You got to go find it yourself.
yeah. I mean, they're out there, but I would love just to watch a channel that had like video that played actual videos.
Right.
Like you watch much music and it's all like TV shows
Yeah,
or something. I don't
reality
even know
shows.
if much music even exists.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it does.
And,
And it's all reality TV shows.
Wow, it's still there.
I'm glad you didn't say much music.
Van Halen with Michael Anthony. Like
Isn't it coming? I thought that was the thing that is happening.
I heard it's not true.
Oh, okay.
I heard it. I heard Michael Anthony said it's not true, but I'm not against Eddie Van Halen's son. I love Wolfgang; he's great, but I love Van Halen's one of my favorite bands. I just love
Your favorite band, not one of them.
Okay, it is my.
It
favorite
was the
band.
original favorite band.
It's the original favorite band.
Right,
First
right.
band I ever loved.
Right.
Yes.
And you are
Awesome.
literally the only person who's ever wished, okay with all the other changes. Just Anthony Michael Hall was the problem.
No, I just want. You want to see Ben? You want to see the original lineup? I want him back.
Okay. So Van Halen needs to come back.
Yes.
Patrick Coppolino, help us out here, buddy.
Yeah.
Give us something that's gone that you'd like to see come back.
Well, first of all, I think it's a dangerous question to ask three white men. I don't think there's anything.
They're really.
We want rock and roll.
Dang it! Yeah, we used to have more rights, didn't we?
But Robin Williams, I would love to have him back.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
that's a great answer.
And they're making Aladdin without him. That sucks.
Yeah, I know. I bummed out too, so it's okay. I think my job is in jeopardy.
All right, Manolis Plinko, get us out of this hole. Let's rock and roll. This is Friday at 4:20. Our special guest, Jeremy Widerman of Monster Truck, Manolis Santanos, Patrick Coppolino. What number? 3. Number 3. Manolis, your topic And as Jeremy, as you can see, we give the topic to the
Everybody.
original, and then
Yeah.
everybody gets
I
to
like
weigh
it. I
in.
like
So,
it.
nicest thing you can say about winter, Manolis, go.
Winter.
Nicest thing.
I think I'm gonna say women. Okay.
No, and I wouldn't give that to you. Manolis.
Winter. The nice thing I could say about winter, maybe there's less people to deal with because the people are afraid of the cold. So I just like
See, yeah, people shut in, right? They shut themselves in. A lot of
Yeah.
people go south. It does. It tends to empty out a little
only
bit.
the strong will leave the house. So I like that.
Oh, I like that. So the streets are a little less crowded for
Yeah.
Manolis.
Yeah, I don't like. I just don't like. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't. I have this thing. It just seems like no matter where I go, I always feel like people are trying to walk into me. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
I
what
feel like
you-
I'm in the Matrix, and
pretty
my
sure.
my program is to see how like they want me to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even like we were driving here, I said to you, like, anywhere I drive now, people will cross in front of me,
Oh yeah.
but they don't look if they don't even know that I'm there. People just walk across the street.
Dude, I live near McMaster, and I have to go down Emerson Street every day. And
Oh.
I've never seen a bigger group of balloon heads in my entire
yeah.
life than these kids that go to McMaster.
Well, because
They're like, time to die, and they just walk
Yeah.
into the. It's
Right?
It's insanity.
isn't that a little bit of the culture that they believe walking is superior to car driving?
Yeah.
and there's a group of them, so they're like,
Yeah,
they're
and
really
they think
feeling,
well, like we don't
yeah.
care because I
Yeah.
see that when I'm in Toronto. If you try to turn right on a king, they'll just keep walking. They don't care. I'm walking here,
They don't
right?
think they
I mean-
know their rights too. They're like, well, if he hits me, that's his fault.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but now you're in the hospital.
You're dead. You're dead. Your rights don't matter if you're not
Oh,
alive.
Patrick Capolino, say one nice thing about winter.
My mother raised me. If I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Excellent.
So I'm going to pass
You're
on
a
this.
beautiful cop out there. Jeremy, you spend some time traveling with the band, so sometimes you can get away from it. But what's one nice thing you can say about winter?
It's a two-pronged approach.
Okay.
The first
Prong one
is that I already like stay in a lot. And I
Right.
play a lot of video games and watch TV and,
Yeah.
and I go crazy at home. So I don't feel bad about it in the winter.
That when
Because
you-
I'm one
when
of the
you're
guys
shut
that
in.
like I'm not gonna go bump into Manolis and
I'm not gonna
and
ruin his
run
day.
into him. I'm gonna stay home and I don't feel guilty about it. And I love I love hockey.
Oh,
So
wow.
the hockey's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm at home guilt free.
Yeah.
It's
You know, it's interesting you say the guilt-free part, right? Because if it's a beautiful summer day and
feel
you
bad.
want to just hang out at home and play video games and you think, oh, dude,
Can't
like
do it.
this is wrong, like,
do it.
right?
No.
You feel guilty. Today, you go, I don't care.
yeah.
So-
I don't
so
care. I don't
freedom.
care.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
pure laziness freedom.
I love that. All right, Patrick, your turn to Plinko. You have the guilt-free freedom to listen to Friday at 420 anytime you want. We won't judge.
8.
Number 8 for Patrick Capolino. Here we go. Your topic, Patrick, on Friday at 420 is what do you use social media for? Is it to inform people? Is it to entertain people? Or is it because you feel you have to?
Well, because of the business we're in, I
Right.
use it a lot to promote stuff.
Right. So it's informing people.
Yeah.
You don't use it much to entertain people.
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I like.
But you don't like tweet jokes. Like
No,
I know
but-
there are a lot of comedians who like tweet
I'm also
jokes
a
and
bit
stuff.
of an
and-
I like instigating arguments, and then I just walk back away from them slowly.
to get a couple of trolls
I always-
involved with
yeah,
each other.
I'll post something that I know is going to start something, and then I just watch it unfold.
Oh, excellent.
I remove myself
Well,
from it.
I will look for that. Manolis, what about you? Do you use social media to inform, to entertain, or because you have to?
So talk to porn stars definitely on
Talk
Twitter.
to porn stars. You do that a lot.
I'm nice,
I know.
But Instagram, I follow way too many Instagram models. I just boobs, really. I like. I can say bumps, so I can say boobs, right? Yeah. Okay. So
You know what's funny though is that I don't know on Instagram because I follow you and you
Yeah.
follow me on Instagram, and at some point I was doing a search and then there was a really really good looking woman's picture came up, so I clicked on it and then I looked and there was a whole right. I mean she's a model and she has a whole but so I followed that and then since then I've now followed a half dozen others and Manolis follows every single one of them.
you know here's the saddest part. You know you can like go to search on Instagram. You know and like
Yeah.
it'll show you all these
A
people you can
block
follow.
of all kinds of things.
So like our phones they know everything our habits are and what so they'll show like 7 different girls all hot and then a big picture of Joe Rogan.
Because you're a fan of Joe Rogan.
Because I listen to Joe Rogan a lot. So then I'll scroll more, and then it'll be like more girls, and then Joe Rogan. It's like all hot chicks and Joe Rogan. I swear to God. And then girls, Joe Rogan, girls, Joe. It's like apparently all I like is boobs and Rogan. That's all I like. But it's
that
not
is beautiful.
But
man.
it knows it's true though.
It's true. It's true. All right. So I'm still back at. Do you use social media to inform or entertain?
I like
entertain yourself.
I entertain myself definitely. It gets into trouble because I look at Instagram and then I'll just end up going on the computer and doing things, and then. But then
one thing leads to another.
I like posting. Posting jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you post some videos of you doing your stand up and stuff.
I like to try to make people laugh.
Entertain people. Okay. Oh my goodness, Jeremy. What are you gonna do with that? Right? How are you gonna follow that mess up?
Jeremy,
wow.
did you used to see me at Yucks? Is that you that told me that story?
Yeah. I saw you like your first year or two. You started doing comedy.
Yeah,
you said way back.
I was
right?
telling him before you guys got here.
Yeah. We were trying to build the connection there, and he said, he's been following your entire career.
There's a big gap there, but I saw him in the beginning, and I know him for the last like 5-6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd always lose him in the winters.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Well, you
Funny.
know when Yucks went up to the Hooters,
right?
That was when I stopped going as much.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Because it wasn't down near you.
I was going when it was at the hotel.
Downtown one, yeah.
And and then just with the band and being busy and all the time, and then you get older and lazier, and you play video games and watch hockey.
You're playing video games, you're watching hockey. When you're using social media, Jeremy, is it to inform people? Is it to entertain people? Or is it because you feel like you're compelled to?
I have to because of the band.
I know.
And I've got to manage. I've got to co-manage a Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page with our singer.
Right.
And that's always interesting because it's always funny to see the different kind of because you can see what he's talked. You can see what other people. It's kind of funny.
And the different way you guys would approach it from your own perspectives, right?
And like oh man, it's so bad. It's all bad. It's all bad stuff. I hate having to use it for that stuff. Now I've learned to hate it. And then,
because when you have to keep producing, right? I mean, it's like, hey, if you're excited about something, you want to share it. That's cool. Yeah. But there's this whole sense that we have to continually put out there. Hey, we're going to be doing this.
Well, and I also have like a manager who's like in my ear, like you got to get on there and do some live feeds.
Talk to the people.
Like, and then I hate it. Like that's the bad side. That is the bad side. And then the other bad side is that I use it to get things. All the time. Right. I love getting free stuff. So I just use it to get free stuff whenever I can get free stuff.
That's awesome.
And it works.
It does.
And then the other thing is I have like an anger problem sometimes. And so I'll go on, because my Facebook personal page got out of control. Because for the first couple years of the band was doing well, I was getting like 10, 20 friend requests a day. And I was just in the habit of just like approving everything.
Sure.
So I got like 3,000 or 4,000 people on there. And now it's just like Trump supporters. I got like everybody on my friends is just like annoying the hell out of me. So when I get mad, I go on there and just delete people. And it feels good. I just go on there and I'm just like remove. Definitely remove you. And it's like therapeutic just to delete and block people I don't know who have really stupid opinions.
Right.
So it's all bad. Like it's just like
It was funny the other day we had this conversation here in the building, and I'm being serious. We got an email from somebody, and they had heard somebody on the air on Funny 820 made a Donald Trump joke. And so they send us an email and go, if you're going to be lefty commies or whatever and make Donald Trump jokes, I'm not going to listen to Funny 820 anymore. And that was it. So goodbye, or whatever the guy wrote. And so then I was walking around the station going, should I be upset that we lost? Like, I don't like you kind of go, I can kind of sit on the fence a little bit. I don't care if you support Donald Trump. Good for you. Support whoever you want. But when you're that aggressive about it, I don't think I want anyone that aggressive on either side. That doesn't matter to me.
But you didn't tell the joke. It was like a comic that was on.
Yeah. Just like he wants me to remove the piece of comedy where the guy makes Donald Trump
Maybe
joke.
he should build a wall around.
That is the big problem, though, is that the tolerant. What is it? You can't be tolerant of intolerance. So like these people who like just have anybody's got a different opinion than what they have, then they want it to be completely obliterated from existence. And it's like, that's never the way it is, ever.
And
it
shouldn't be
never
that
will
way.
be that way. You're allowed to dislike something and have it not be destroyed from
The
all
only
humanity.
way we can compromise and all work together to make this world great is if we compromise. And you
Yeah.
can't compromise if you're not willing to even sit and have the conversation with
Right.
somebody.
So
anyway, it was,
that's where we are.
It was interesting.
You're
I
allowed-
wish I could delete them like you do
yeah,
on your Facebook.
I go on
I would have
sprees.
deleted that guy.
Sprees.
You're allowed to be offended too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody forgets that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I tend to think he'd come back. He's probably back listening to Funny 820. Okay, well.
To me, honestly, if the joke doesn't have somewhat of a potential to offend somebody, I don't. It's not as funny.
You're not
to me.
sure it's gonna be-
honestly, I think offend me. I don't care. Like make fun of guys that are 38 years old trying to still play in a rock band. Like I'll take it good. Like you can seriously make fun of me.
awesome.
You know, like and
You get, but we all have a sense of humor about ourselves.
well, yeah,
And
you
not
ha-
everybody does.
You should.
I know.
You have
Yeah,
to.
we really
You
should.
have to.
I think it's Jeremy's turn to Plinko, or whose turn is it to Plinko?
I don't know.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Jeremy
Okay, here we go.
Widerman
I
of
think we'll
Monster
go.
Truck. Get up there in Plinko. He's 38 and still playing in a rock band. He's not sure how
7.
that career choice is working out.
We're breaking even.
And we're going on 2 cruises.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
my life? It's better than everybody's. Number 7, here we go, Jeremy. Your topic.
Lucky.
Jeremy Widerman on Friday at 420. Have you ever worked on you've worked on videos? Here's what I want to know. I want to know, working on a movie and or video set, on the shooting of said thing, something good and or something bad, whatever you'd like to share with me about that experience. For people who've never had the experience of working on a movie or video set, give me something either good or bad, or what's your impression of that gig?
It used to be a lot better because back in the day when I used to be on video sets for my other band, the music industry was still really healthy.
Right.
And so there was a lot of money around, and so
Okay.
there was a lot of food around. So you'd be on these video sets all day, and there'd be like craft services,
Right, that craft
and they
service,
were
they
like
keep coming,
top.
right?
That was like
Yeah.
top tier food that was just getting doled out all day long, and so I was into that. But like since then, there's no money for anything anymore.
You gotta bring
So
your own pizza.
It's literally like a cooler with like some bottles of water and some Gatorade and like a couple of Nature Valley granola bars.
That's it. Keep them going.
So that's the kind of good and bad of that. I mean, the last video that we did that was really like kind of bad, like had bad, was we did the video for Don't Tell Me How to Live, and we did it on top of like a gravel refinery, like a quarry kind of thing.
Right.
It was like real actual machinery used to like process gravel or something.
Big machines.
And it was December, and it was negative like 5 degrees, and we were out there for like 5 hours with no like. I was like, oh, wear my cool looking leather jacket, and I was just like freezing,
Why
hands
did I
freezing.
do that?
Then it started snowing in the middle of the thing, and of course everybody on the shoot is like, this is great. The snow's gonna look amazing, and we've been out there for like 4
No,
hours. and
you're
I
like-
couldn't feel my hands, I couldn't feel my toes. I'm in cowboy boots and a leather jacket. And it's
You don't
December,
think
it's a
about that,
snowstorm.
right? Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to think about that.
Oh.
You're an adult capable of reading a weather report, but
Except it's still a video, and you still want to. You got to. Your little
Oh, dude, the
band's
video.
got to have
Listen,
some, right?
the video is amazing, and we
Amazing.
will. I honestly don't believe we will ever do another music video that's as amazing as this music video. It fits right into Manolis's new rock music video channel that he's gonna
Right.
get
I
going
mean,
on.
perfect
I'm
for
starting
that.
it next
Yeah,
week.
this is like right up the middle, like perfect rock video. Snowstorm kicks in, in the guitar solo. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah.
Out of a rock video.
All right,
But
people. We need people to go see that video. So,
Yeah.
what's the title?
Just
of
just our YouTube account. It's youtube.com/I love Monster Truck, and it's like, don't tell me how to live music video. It's great.
Don't Tell Me How to Live, and not only watch it, but and this is what we always try to encourage people: share it. After you've watched it, share it. Right? I mean, that's what the share button's for. People, share it.
Right.
We'll get that video watched by everybody because it's a cool video.
It's a great video.
Awesome. Manolis, you've been on a bunch of sets. I know that you do some background work.
Oh,
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what's
So something good or bad about doing that?
What?
Something exciting?
the subs. Oh, the subs. Well, you tell the sub story.
This could be like a joint answer, I guess, because we've
Okay.
done lots of background work together. And craft services is always a big thing, right? Like,
Jeremy
yeah,
just nailed
exactly.
that down.
So the one set we were on, I think it was like a show called Warehouse 13, and they had us at, what was it, the Hershey Center in Mississauga. And we were there for like 14 or 15 hours or something. So it was way longer than they thought we were going to be there. So everyone was starving. So they had to do a second craft services where they just ordered a ton of subs and stuff. But yeah,
Subway.
But it was supposed to be like one sub per person, but everyone was starving and getting restless, and we're all stuck in this in the arena.
There's like 500 people there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so me and Manolis just go for a walk because we're just waiting. Nothing was going on. And then we see all the subs. And then Manolis, he knows the one girl that's at the craps table. And we're like, oh, can we have a sub, please? She's like, I'm not supposed to. And then Manolis charms her into it. She goes, fine, here, but don't let anyone see you. So then we grab a sub each. We go to the men's bathroom, and then we hear someone come in. So then we go into a stall, and we're just quietly eating subs
In the stall.
The same stall.
Oh, no.
just eating like we're doing something bad.
That's the same one though, where like we were in the middle where they were doing the close-ups, and I had my shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll finish this part first. So anyway, so we finished the subs, but I think she gave us then so finally after we go back into the arena, maybe another 45 minutes goes by, and then they start bringing the subs in, and they're passing them around, and then it comes to us. We felt bad, so we're like, no, thanks, we're fine. And then people are starting to catch on, and then someone saw someone else had a sub, and they go, hey, he's got a sub, he's got a second sub. So then like 500 people just get up, and they start leaving the arena, and the directors are freaking out because they were just, it was
Everyone
nuts.
loses their minds over the food.
And we were just like, we were full, so we're just relaxed.
Yeah,
Watching everyone
chill.
lose their minds. Yeah.
But is that the same where there was a close up on us in the middle?
Yeah.
So like there was a close up with a camera, and they were like a wide shot, close up, wide shot, and then halfway through the day, the guy goes, "Wait a minute, have you been wearing? Why are you wearing shades?"
And you're in the arena.
In the arena because I'm tired, right? And it's like. Take them off. Wait, did you have them the whole time? Oh, I don't. So he found it. So it's like why close? I was like, so you see me like shades, no shades, shades, no shades.
And then a hat. He put a hat on at some point. So yeah, it's the same angle, but it's the same shot but different angles.
Man.
Every time it changes angles.
Like I have hat, no shades, shades. And then I had to do this one movie where there was a sex scene in it, and the girl that I was doing the sex scene with told me, she goes, "Just so you know, I don't want you to have a boner."
Right. You can say that.
I can say boner. And it's like I'm like, okay, I'm all right. I get. She goes, if you're worried that you will, I'd rather you go to the washroom and
Right. Take care of business.
it. Take care of business before we do the scene.
Really?
She told me this.
All I can think about now when you hear that, you had to think about this, is what happened to you before.
Yeah.
like you had a really bad boner experience. Like some poor guy just,
Oh, he left her bruised or something.
My
Yes.
God, yeah.
My
just,
thigh's bruised.
Just like, bad experience. And so she was just going to nip this in the bud. Like before it even gets into any kind of situation, she's like, this is how we're going to deal with this.
So how did you deal with that,
well,
Manolis?
I
Because
didn't want to break her heart, but I wasn't really that attracted to her. So I wasn't.
she wasn't boner worthy.
She wasn't boner worthy. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get a boner in this situation, lady.
Don't worry, lady. It's all good. Oh my goodness. All right, Plinko time. Here we go. Manolis. Drop a puck, my friend. Drop a puck. We are playing Friday at 4:20. Jeremy Widerman of Monster Truck, Manolis Antanos, Patrick Capolino, Mike Neighbors on Funny 820, number 8. Here we go, number 8. All right, we got. Sorry, guys. This is what do we have? We had 8 already.
12.
Number 12. You just randomly picking numbers now, buddy? Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
All right, here we go. You're going to the store.
Right.
Self-checkout, yes or no?
At first I wanted to, but then I realized I used to do it at Fortino's, and I'd leave. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's so convenient. Then it hit me. I'm like, I work here. Like, no, I don't want to work at Fortino's.
Right, yes.
Self-checkout.
They're putting you to work.
They're like, that's the.
Plus, they're putting people out of jobs.
Yeah, that's the scam, dude.
Okay.
No.
That's
Okay.
authoritative.
He felt very strong about that. Patrick Capolino?
I'm a no for the same reason, but also the urge to steal is too strong at the self-checkout.
I just pretend I scanned that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a family at it was at a Walmart, I think, and there was the mom and dad were the cart's full, and they got 3 kids. And they're letting the kids scan the stuff.
Oh my God!
And they're scanning it and putting it back in the cart with other stuff that hasn't been scanned.
Oh, no. They're like
And
double
I'm sitting
scanning
there,
everything?
And the girl from the Walmart walks over and she's talking to them, but they're not speaking English to her. And so and she's going, you can't do that. You can't do that. Whatever. And so there, it was just a standoff.
So
and
they double paid for everything?
I don't know what was going on with that.
See, that's how I decide whether I'm going to use it or not.
Right.
If there's anybody in line at all, I won't use it because that means that there's going to be someone in there being like, do you know what this banana? How do I do the banana? And I'm not standing behind that. And then
you're an impatient man, Jeremy.
Oh yeah. So, and the other thing, the deciding factor is whether I have only UPC codes or not. If I've got any produce on my own or any other thing that needs to be like weighed or calculated, I don't deal with it.
Nope.
But if it's like just UPC codes, I'm just like bleep 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 bleep. See ya. Tap.
You're okay.
I'm out of here,
dude. You've got it all down, with the tap and everything.
Yeah, I got the tap. I put it in my pocket. I'm like in and out in like 2 seconds. I got a Fortino's around the corner from my house. So and
why is that? Because Jeremy needs to get back home. Video games are
I'm gonna
waiting.
miss the hockey game.
I'm gonna miss the start of the hockey game.
I gotta get this mozzarella cheese on the pizza. Get me out of here.
Get this going. All right, drop a Plinko puck, Patrick Capolino. We're playing Friday at 4:20 with our special guest Jeremy Widerman. What do we got there, boys?
7.
We did 7.
11. Working the higher ranges today. This is good. Some of these topics are like 4 episodes old because we never got to them. All right, this is going to take a little bit of creative thinking on your part, Patrick.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I wish there was an app for ... What do you wish? Something you wish your phone could do. Something you wish there was an app to help keep track of. Something
they have to all exist now, don't they? If we were able to think about this right now, we could all quit our jobs because we have. That's like the dream now. Is like
I wish there was an app for. I will tell you the inspiration for this topic. A guy just came out, and this one you would have thought somebody would have done it, but as far as I know, this is brand new.
Right.
And it's especially if you have kids. So his app. If he texts his kids, it renders their phone useless until they text him back. It's called Reply ASAP. And so they cannot do anything with their phones until they text him back. That's genius. Exactly.
That's a parent power move right there.
That seriously is. Jeremy's struggling on having been on both sides of the issue. He's like, I don't want someone rendering my phone useless.
I'm never having kids. I already decided. There's no way.
There's
no way. You want to live? You want to try and have kids in a world like this?
When you have kids out and about, and they're out on right. When you have kids on your own, like out moving around in society,
bumping
into
Manolis every day.
Exactly. And you text them, and they don't immediately text back. You go to the darkest places on the planet thinking, what horrible thing has become my beautiful daughter? And exactly what Jeremy said. Oh, my God, she's running to Manolis.
Yeah.
So is there an app, Patrick? Is there something you'd like your phone to do? It doesn't have to be as genius as that was, because that is pretty genius. But
I would like one that's like Skip the Dishes, but the food I ordered is the food I get.
And it does, and it's not a $9 delivery fee with a built-in 30% tip.
This is exactly what I want
from McDonald's.
So you want like almost the Skip the Dishes guy to go in and order just exactly the way you would order it if you were there.
No, just like I've used it twice now, and both times I've gotten a completely different thing, like someone else's food. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So one that works would be great.
My daughter works at a restaurant and says that it's a tough one because the Skip the Dishes, the orders keep coming in. And if they're busy and those orders are coming in, they are not giving a priority. And nothing against Skip the Dishes.
They're supposed to turn it off. They're supposed to turn it off. That's because I get poke all the time, and I love poke. There's one around the corner from here, I think.
Right.
And I can never get it because they're always so busy because the food's so good.
They
I
always
can
have
never
it turned
Uber
off.
it to my front door while I'm watching hockey and playing video games. And so
Jeremy really is not leaving his house, man.
No. And so yeah, they're supposed to turn it off. If they're going to be so slow and disorganized that you can't fulfill the order to poor Pat over here, then just shut it off.
I think the only issue is that as businesses, the restaurants are going, don't shut it off until we absolutely have to,
until the
right?
roof's on fire.
Until the roof's on fire, right? Yeah. So that's part of that issue. So anyway, okay, I'd say that's a better version of Skip the Dishes. What about you, Manolis? You got something on your mind?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wish they had an app for
to know if someone's a jerk or not.
Like, nice. A jerk detector.
Like if you just meet them, but you just hit the button and you point your phone at them and they're like, sorry, dude.
It scans all of their social media right away.
There's a Black Mirror episode. It has that. Have you seen that?
There's an app?
The first Yeah, well, it's like social media scoring. It's happening in Japan right now.
Oh, I saw that. That was a weird episode. Yeah, but that's more like
psychotic. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to point it at them, and and the phone just tells me, "Oh, this guy's a dick."
What we've run into, Jeremy, here on the many, many episodes of Friday at 420 is we've come to realize that Manolis, for some reason, he's like a magnet for jerks.
Yeah, people just bump into him and spit in his face over and over again.
I don't know how. Nobody runs into more jerks than you, Manolis.
I'm starting to think it's him.
Really?
That is a warning sign of that situation.
Jeremy Widerman of Monster Truck.
See, I was sure he was going to say like a Joe Rogan podcast that just showed Instagram models.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't have to use his phone for anything.
Run!
Yeah.
You know what? I change it. That's what I want. That's what I want.
It's just like,
Well, that was Jeremy's idea for an app.
yeah. You need to do DMT, and then there's like an Instagram model. And,
Don't do DMT. That's too crazy.
okay.
Did you have Jeremy? Did you have something that came to mind?
I have nothing cool.
Nothing
I wish
there was an app for.
I use the voice memo app all the time for writing down song ideas. So
Okay,
I just
cool.
wish that app was a little bit more like fleshed out. And there probably is one that actually is fleshed out, but the
Right.
problem is I have 5 years worth of voice memos in this app already, so I don't want to switch apps. So if they could just make the voice memo app on the iPhone just a little bit more robust so that I could like edit easier and write notes on each thing easier. That's not interesting or funny. So
It doesn't matter.
Let's get out of here.
Interesting. But we leave it to Manolis to be funny.
Well, do you guys write bits down in the voice memos?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
totally.
you should. Yeah, because you get stoned and you forget them and it's over.
Yeah, I gotta get better at listening back, like listening to them.
You know when the time to do it is, and if you're ever doing it on the plane, if you're ever on a flight,
Yeah.
there's no internet. The movies usually suck.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's
No
like
internet.
leaning on you and bumping into you. You just listen to all your ideas. It's where I make all my notes and then go back on them. So there you go.
How many of your ideas, Manolis or Patrick, when you guys and even you, Jeremy, when you come up, like how many are good? So if I'm a budding musician or comedian and I'm taking notes and stuff like that, I mean, how many ideas are you throwing away for every home run you keep?
I use 1 out of 100.
1 out of 100, eh?
Yeah. But I don't write full-fledged songs. I just write like a riff or two.
Right.
I'm not
But still, you come up with. I mean, you got to go through a process, right? And
I like to do it I like to leave them in my phone for so long that when I go back to listen to them, it's like someone's giving them to me. I don't even remember.
So smart.
And then you're completely neutral and like
Yeah.
you look at them like it's a gift from somebody, and you're always harder on other people's stuff than you're harder on your own thing. Like if I write a riff tonight, I'll be like, that's the best thing ever. I'm gonna use that right now, and it's like that doesn't usually work out well.
Right.
So I listen to like 50 things, and then I literally will take 40 of them, mark them as like throw that away forever, and then the one that, and then I've got to learn it. If it was a bit, you could just be like, oh, that's funny. I'm a funny guy. Use that one. But with the song, it's like I got to learn that thing now. And sometimes I write some complicated. I'll get like drunk or like whatever, and I'll work on a
It'd be
song, and it's
really
really complicated.
complicated.
I've had to give my ideas to somebody else to transcribe back to me.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't understand how to. I was like, what? Is that a different tuning? What guitar was that on? Like, and so I've had to have people like re-explain my ideas back to me.
That's awesome, though.
It's fun. It's an interesting situation. For sure.
I love the idea of listening, of waiting a long enough period of time. I know I've run into things because I used to, sort of write jokes and stuff, and I would write them, and I did it for years, and I would go back and read something from 7 years ago, and not have any memory of ever writing it, and then if it made me laugh, I go, "Oh, that's pretty good."
Yeah, it's a winner. Yeah,
I literally made myself laugh from 7 years ago. Do you do you throw out a lot of ideas, Manolis?
Yeah. Well, I'll just eventually get them on stage, and I find sometimes it's like 1 out of every like 20 or every 10 might be a good joke. But
Right.
sometimes I'm just lazy and I just write the idea down, but I don't really write the joke out. So
Right.
then I'm just throwing it into the wind on stage. So then it fails sometimes, and it's
and it's funny, but you just haven't worked through all the timing and the delivery of it.
If
it's more my fault.
Right, except that then if you think there's something there, you'll keep working it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will keep working on it. But I always, at the end of the day, I always say it's more with stand-up for me is like it's more their jokes than my jokes because they decide on what I keep. I think they're all funny, but like if they don't laugh, I got to just throw it away.
Patrick, we got 1 minute left. Last note to you about your joke ideas. Do you throw a lot away and only keep a few, or do you?
Yeah, well, I was actually just looking through now.
Okay.
Because my biggest mistake is I don't write enough of it down. I think I'm gonna remember it. Like I wrote down like I'm not cheap, I'm poor. but I'm sure in my head I had this whole
this
whole thing about where I don't know where I was going with that. That was the
No.
premise. I'm not cheap. I'm poor.
You got to
I
have
don't
the
know.
hard rule, the absolute hard rule. You never
Yeah.
will remember it. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter how
exactly.
soon you're going to use it. Doesn't matter how.
No.
The stuff I've forgotten, the masterpiece hit singles that are gone to the
Forever.
to the void. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I'll remember that. It's too good, it's too good to forget, eh?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that happens
No,
all the time.
always write every little detail.
Write it all down and write this down. Friday at 4:20. That's the name of the show, and we'll be back again next Friday at 4:20. Special thanks to our special guest, Jeremy Widerman of Monster Truck.
It's a fun band name to say.
It is a fun man to say. Monster Truck. Jeremy, awesome, man. You did a great job.
Oh,
We
thank
appreciate
you.
you being here, and we hope you'll come back again.
I will.
After the cruise, you can come in and share cruise stories with us.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Manolo Santanos. Oh, how do we follow you in the band on social media? What's the
It's
best way?
almost everything is I Love Monster Truck.
I Love Monster Truck.
And if not, that's it.
Yeah.
Everything's I Love Monster Truck.
I
yeah.
love Monster Truck. Follow them on social media. Manoli, how do we follow you on social media?
I am. How do you follow me? This is Manolo Santanos, and
That's it?
and I'm playing
Everywhere. I love Manolo Santanos.
I
Everywhere.
don't know when. I'm also playing. Well, I don't know. I'm playing Levity. When is it? 24th and 25th. Opening up for Giannis.
Yeah, this isn't going to be on before
Okay,
that.
all right. I didn't know.
Now I'm going to have to cut that all out. Damn you, Manolis.
I'm sorry.
All right. I love Monster Truck. I don't love Manolis. And Patrick Coppolino, how do we follow you on social media?
At Tom Green.
At Tom Green. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been Friday at 4:20. Thank you so much for being here with us. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you again in 7 days right here on Funny 820.